Click 98.9. Hi there, it's Megan, and it is Saturday night in Seattle, and if you can see the person sitting to my right, I guess would be your left. If you're looking at a computer screen right now, it's the one and only Brandon Boyd.
Hello.
I guess I should say welcome back to Seattle. I assume you've been here a few times before.
I have, yes.
And you are here tonight because we need to talk about this book.
Yes.
Sow the Echo.
We do need to talk about it.
We have to. I think that's why you're here, actually.
Yeah, other than, actually, that's like the third reason I'm here. First is just to come to Seattle.
Second?
Second is to come to Seattle and have a cup of coffee. And the third is that.
And the third is this. Okay, so first of all, did you grow up in an artistic family?
You could say that, yes. Yes. My parents, long before I was born, met in musical theater. So they were in that kind of world. And my mom has always been a painter. And so she was in art school before she got pregnant and stuff with my brothers and I.
And do you remember how old you were in the first thing you created? Do you have a vivid memory of that?
I am told that my poops were quite creative, and so I guess I created them.
Okay.
Sorry, that's might be a little bit
that's
off
fine.
topic.
As long as you
It's
didn't.
true. We were talking about poops today. Like, why do we call it taking a poop when you're actually leaving it behind?
Or
Like, why is it called that? Isn't that weird?
I mean, I've never really thought about it, to be honest, but now that you
Think
mention
about
it,
it.
I will.
Okay, no, I digress. Back on topic. I remember drawing pictures of trees when I was really little on like really small pieces of paper with really little pencils that my mom would let me draw with. And I would get kind of obsessed with like drawing each and every leaf, stuff like that. But I don't think that's really unusual though for a kid to do. But drawing was always my sort of go-to creative thing since I can remember. And it was also something that, like when we'd go to a restaurant with the whole family, my mom would just sort of put crayons and or pens or something in front of my brothers and I, and she'd just be like, go to town. And they would kind of keep us, I think, probably quiet too.
Yeah. Do your brothers, do they kind of dabble in all of it?
Yeah, both of my brothers are very creative as well. My younger brother is also a musician. He's in a band called Ghostlight Orchestra. He used to be in a band called Audio Vent back in the day.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
They're both older than you, yes?
Younger brother and older brother. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading an interview where somebody asked you what you were like in high school, and you were talking about how when you were a freshman, your brother was a senior, so you were kind of always...
I got off easy.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of a popular senior, too.
Right.
Actually, kind of is an understatement. He was super popular.
He was the man.
Yeah.
And then 10th grade, though, something big happened for you.
Yeah, I lost my virginity.
Whoa.
Oops.
That's not what I was talking about. And you started a band.
I like to just, for those of you who can't see off camera, there are two beautiful women I'm very lucky to have in my life sitting over here. That sounds like a whole other thing. I'm digging myself such a grave right now. I'm trying to mess with them as we're talking, so sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
mess
we started
away.
a band. In 10th grade, we started a band called Incubus, and it just won't stop.
It won't stop. Well, we're going to come back to that, actually, because I do have that. I mean, that was kind of the main question when I threw this out on social media that everyone wants to ask you about. But there was a quote that you gave in an interview. You said, "There never has, never was, never will be a shortage of things to be inspired by." What inspires you most these days? I know it's kind of an ever-changing...
Sure. That's a lovely question, though. You know, I think something that is continually inspiring is love. And not just love as in like I'm in love with somebody, but love as a sort of larger philosophical concept.
Humanistic quality.
Yeah. Love and being able to, perceive love in as many, if not all, occasions in life, even the most shadowed occasions. I think there's still love present. So that's something that can be continually inspiring. But then stubbing your toe can be inspiring.
Yeah.
It can unlock something in your head that you had no idea was there. And it all started with a wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can bleep on this channel,
I
right?
think so.
Okay,
I think we'll be able to do that.
That'd be a long bleep, too.
So I thought we would do something kind of interesting for people who haven't had a chance to look at the book yet. I am just going to open it up to a random page.
Cool.
And then you're going to tell me something about that piece.
All right.
Anything you want.
Okay.
Are you down for that?
Sure.
Okay. So I don't know. We're just going to go very random. Oh, page 39.
Page 39. This is one of the first kind of like watercolor experiments I was doing when I was creating the work for this book. And it's just like ink spilling and then pulling ink with a sharper tool all around. It's like nothing, but something at the same time. Nothing is something. That one's called, what's this one called, Jen? Sorry. Hair in Zero Gravity.
Hairball?
Hairball in Zero Gravity, I think we decided to
very
call it.
good.
And then I've written something on here. Let me have to remember to look at it. I mused here about how I am dumber than I look and smarter than I
I don't
look
think
at
you,
the same
yeah,
time.
well, I wouldn't say, say you look dumb at all. All right, we'll do one more.
Tad
How about that?
self-deprecating on
I'm going to
occasion.
just kind of, ooh, I like this one.
All right.
Let's talk about this one.
That one's called Spinning Hair Girl, right? Spilling Spinning. Yeah. I name the things like as they're heading out the door.
Good.
I know, it's good, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this is one of the more popular ones. It turns
Oh,
out.
interesting.
This was, I sort of got obsessed with the color turquoise and these different greens. And then this lovely, weird Medusa-esque character emerged. And I think I did this one after a series called Ectoplasm I did in 2008. And there was a lot of ectoplasmic material emerging from the mouths of the different characters I was drawing. I just sort of became obsessed for a period of time with the spiritualist movement of the turn of the century, which happened to coincide with the advent of modern photography. So there were a number of people, like mediums, who kind of exploited a very difficult time in a war-torn world, and people who lost a lot of loved ones and stuff, and then the advent of photography came about. And so they would utilize these double and triple exposures and create images that looked like people's relatives were visiting them, and then the mediums emerged and were like pulling muslin out of their mouths and saying it was like ectoplasm, spirit matter, and all these things. So it just fascinated me, so I did a bunch of paintings around that idea.
Well, that was on page 9091. So when you pick up the Echo, when you pick up Brandon's book, you'll know a little bit about about that piece. So where are all of these works displayed? Do you have a gallery?
I don't have a gallery. That one currently is probably in someone's living room, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
I haven't shown that much, to tell you the truth. I did my first solo show in 2008. It was called Ectoplasm. And I showed in Switzerland last year at the Graphique 14. Was that what it was called? Sort of a graphic art fair in Switzerland. I'm doing a show in Rome at the end of October, at the end of this month, showing a whole new series of work. But I haven't shown in the States a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So soon, I'd love to come to Seattle and show at some
Please
point.
do.
Are there art galleries here?
I'll find you one.
Okay.
We'll find one.
Let's
Can
do
I
it.
pick it?
Sure.
Okay, done. That's on film. Can't go back. No take backs. Okay, so a couple of questions from people. I was telling Jen a few minutes ago that when I started posting on social media that I was going to get to sit down and talk to you, you know, I interview a lot of people, and generally you get a little like or a little star on Twitter, but I had never seen people want so much information. You know, so I was going to try to...
Does the NSA follow you on Twitter?
Mm-hmm. I was going to claim some of these questions as my own, but I didn't think that was fair. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due.
Sure.
These are questions from some of your fans and people who wanted to know some specific things.
Okay.
The first one is Jenny on Facebook, who said that she just recently adopted a vegan lifestyle, and she wants to know your favorite dish or meal, or your recipe, if you cook.
Wow. I don't cook. I take that back. I can make a kick-ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bowl of cereal to be reckoned with. You can live off of those
takes skill.
things, but yeah.
It does.
No, I'm blessed. I live with someone who's a fantastic cook.
Okay.
And, neither of us are vegan, contrary to popular belief.
Oh.
But I have been allergic to dairy most of my life. I think that's where a lot of that understanding has come through. So I've been sort of dairy free for kind of as long as I can remember. There was a period of time where I was vegan.
Okay.
A long period of time, actually.
Okay.
But
maybe that's where that question came from.
A long time ago.
How do you not have cheese?
That's it.
That's sad. I'm sad for you.
Sometimes people get sad for me,
Yeah.
but then I'm pretty happy dude. There's lots of, especially now, there's lots of wonderful things we can eat.
Alternatives.
That don't have
and
cheese
such.
in them. Yeah.
Okay, Marissa tweeted, "Is the song Lady Black a true story?"
The song Lady Black, yes, it is a true story.
Oh my goodness. Oh, go
Yeah.
listen to that song.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay, so Mike, also on Facebook, what are your meditation practices like? How often do you meditate?
I like that question. For quite a few years, I've been, I guess you'd call a meditator. I never sort of set out to be a meditator, but I just found that for my personality type and my lifestyle, and especially when my schedule starts to get kind of nuts, meditating has proven to be a really valuable addition to my life. So at the moment, which is kind of ironic because it's when you need it the most is when you're really busy, I haven't been the past few days, and I can start to feel like the sort of moving really fast kind of thing. Meditating has has so many qualities to it, but one of the things it does for me is that it grounds me.
Balance,
It
equilibrium.
balances me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I practice transcendental meditation, and it's a daily practice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Just two more, because I know we're tight on time right now. Another Facebook question: what have the other guys in Incubus been up to recently? Anything? Any big news for them?
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of Incubus listeners are aware that Michael Einziger, our lovely guitar player, has been producing and writing music, and he had to say it was a big hit is kind of an understatement. He co-wrote the song "Wake Me Up" with Avicii.
Oh.
And so it was like the biggest song in the world last year.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of him. Like he's doing really, really well, and
Yeah.
he's getting a lot of sort of producing gigs
Right
and
on.
co-writing gigs. But at the moment, all of us are we're like super deep into writing a new Incubus record. So we're well on the way.
So that was the question. The number one most asked. Everyone's kind of dying to know if there are any updates, a progress report. I know kind of
Progress report.
yeah, like we're in school right now. Like I
Right.
need an outline, a detailed outline.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Things are moving at a lovingly alarming rate with us right now. We're, at the moment we are an unsigned band, unmanaged band. We're just sort of like babes in the woods, and we thought it was the perfect opportunity to make new music. So we've been writing for a little over a month. We already have like an album's worth of material, but we're just going to keep writing, and we're touring in Australia and parts of Asia early next year. So we'd very much like to have a single out like before Christmas.
This year.
Yeah.
A single out before Christmas this year.
I'm probably that's probably shooting myself in the foot by saying that out loud, but those are our plans.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited for it. I think
Best
it's
case scenario, that's
best.
what I'm gonna say.
Okay, best case scenario.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, sometime in 2015.
Yeah. Well, no, there definitely will be a record
Okay.
next year.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I just realized that I probably should be holding this microphone like this because
With
it's
our
more
pinkies
classy.
up. I think I've been just kind of. I don't even.
I know.
I
I've
don't
been
even
like,
know.
the record's coming out in 2015.
I'm really bad at this. There's something so awkward about holding a microphone.
You
to
should
me.
get those really thin Bob Barker ones.
Wouldn't that be
They
great?
exist on eBay.
Oh my god.
That way your hand can be out of frame, and there's just this weird
Yeah.
thing poking up at your chin like that.
That's a great idea.
What? Why are
Thanks
you
for
laughing
that.
at me? I swear they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can get one of those like
Earpiece.
headpieces. That way you can use your hands.
I talk with my hands a lot, so
Do
maybe
you?
that's what feels awkward right now.
Yes.
Anyways, Brandon Boyd, lead singer of Incubus, in town tonight. So The Echo is the book. These are some of his works, and they are amazing, and you should check it out. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you.